Welcome to Scott's Music Cave. Today I have a mouthpiece exercise I'm going to show you that will improve your sound. And this is part 2 of another video I already did, improving your sound. I will put that in the description below, and please subscribe. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing I do is I soak my reed in a little bit of tap water. I usually just soak it for a few minutes. And next thing, we're going to install the reed, which just gently slide it under the ligature. I have to loosen this up a little bit. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit past the lip of the mouthpiece, and I'm going to take both my thumbs and raise the reed up to where if I have my finger behind the reed, I can just see a very thin black line. I'm also using both my thumbs just to feel that the reed's centered. And when I get that thin black line, and I just mean really thin, that's going to ensure that the reed is level with the tip of the mouthpiece. Now I'm just going to lightly tighten both ligature screws, and that's how you install the reed on the mouthpiece. Next, I want to put the mouthpiece on the palm of my hand, and I'm going to pull suction with my mouth, and what I'm checking here is I'm checking to see if the reed is leaking. If I can't get a suction, that means the reed's leaking. Maybe it's out of alignment, or maybe the reed's a little warped, or possibly the mouthpiece is a little warped, which does happen on occasion. More than likely it's the reed. If that's the case, I'll normally switch reeds. You can sand the reed a little bit with some like 600 grit sandpaper, but I'll usually switch reeds, and when I come back to that reed a day later or so, it's dried out and it's leveled again, and most of the time it'll work again. If it's still not sealing, then either toss it or try to work on it with sanding it with on some glass and smooth it out. So anyways, back to the subject. I'm going to pull suction on this with my mouth. When I get that thunk like that, that means that reed is sealing nicely and we don't have any issues with mouthpiece. When the reed is leaking, that's just like having a leak on your horn. You're going to struggle, and the reed and the mouthpiece is just not going to perform like you want. So the next step is we're going to blow on the mouthpiece. Here's what I get from a lot of people is they'll pull the mouthpiece off their horn and they'll blow on it and they'll get this. So what's happening is you're pinching the reed off. A lot of times you don't have enough mouthpiece in your mouth, and so it's really easy to pinch that reed off and plus not let that reed vibrate. So you want to you have your mouthpiece in far enough to where the curve of the mouthpiece is. You're not pinching it off with your lips. So I'm going to put my lower lip over my bottom teeth, and the top teeth are going to touch the mouthpiece with just light pressure. And I'm going to take a lot of mouthpiece in. I'm going to open up my throat like I'm yawning, and I'm going to my lips are going to just seal the mouthpiece. I don't want my lips super tight, but obviously you don't want any air leaking out either. So I'm going to take enough mouthpiece to where I feel like I'm at that edge where the reed is separating from the mouthpiece. And here's what I want to hear. And I want that sound the pitch really low and that sound really steady. And if you have to blow really loud to get it, do that, just to get that sound, and then bring back the sound a little bit. It's going to be loud. It's going to annoy people, but that's the exercise. And when you can get that sound, that's going to help the low notes come out of your horn. It's going to make the sound really big, and that's something that I like to do and I like to show people. And for now, every time you get your horn out, let's just blow on the mouthpiece like that. Get that sound, remember that embouchure, and then once you have that feel, put it on your horn and blow on it, and that should make your sound a lot better. One more tip when you do this, a lot of times if that ligature is a little loose, you're going to put it on like this, and you'll twist that ligature and twist the reed. And so it's a good idea to double check and just visually see everything. I'll take my thumbs and do the same thing like with the mouthpiece off and just make sure everything feels good. If you do move it a little bit, you can put it back on and hopefully it's still sealing, or you could pull it off and check it again, but a lot of times it's probably okay. If you've made it this far, thank you. And you might be wondering what this is. This is a 1960 Mark VI alto sax that I've overhauled myself, and I'm playing a Ted Klume Acoustic Max with just a kind of a stock ligature and actually I'm not sure what reed that is, but just kind of something I threw together for the video. And I actually do have a comparison video coming up with this horn, and man, I guess you can kind of see lots of other cool stuff. Got a bass sax, some bushers over there, another busher soprano here, and that's just the kind of stuff we'll be doing here.